I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, coming back at you again with another very special, informative edition of, I don't know what to name this show. So let me know in the comments below what you want to name this show. It used to be called Trends in the Housing Market on Wednesday, and now that we're coming to terms with housing not making a correction because it's out of the hands of the locals, it's more of a government move. And housing is, a lot of people ask me, well, but Trends was good, Mike. You really got into it. I still get into it. We're still going to read some housing. It has to do with business. But what's happened with housing, it became a commodity, right? No longer an asset, right? When things are an asset, they appreciate in value. You hold on to them. You take, you raise your family. You do what you got to do. But things turned into, Things turned into commodities. And just like in the stock markets, and housing basically slipped through the middle class, slipped through the upper middle class, and now people are feeling the pinch now. And it's like, what do we do now? Well, something should have been done long time ago for housing. And now we're at a point right now where it's just, it's something, I guess, is designed or made for the rich. And that's, we've been fighting tooth and nail here on this channel for the average wage earner. That I'm an average wage. I don't make a lot of money. I'm average wage earner, from what I do for work, right? I do investments. That's different. That's investing. I'm taking the risk, right? I'm willing to lose if I lose, right? But anyways, guys, I want to thank everyone for being part of the show. Bitcoin is nearing 38 large, according to Market Education in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to join us live if you want to be part of the live chat and be part of the show. So we got Belinda Lee Mercer in the comment section, Mitch Madden, TJH, who else? CJ, and who else? Market Education, Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Hopefully he can give us a tip on what we should call this show. Maybe we should call it the I don't know. Housing went on for years here. Trends in the housing market went on for years. CK in the house. Woo! Lots of love, CK. And you know what, man? What do we do? Housing turned into a commodity. It's no longer an asset class. Well, what do we do? Somebody commented today on one of my posts and said, "Hey, Mike, just predicting the crash too early is still wrong." I'm like, there's no crash, buddy. If there was going to be a crash, if housing was tied to upper average wage earners, I'm even going upper average wage earners, then we would have had a correction a long time ago. We wouldn't have to wait for the banks to keep lowering interest rates so they could inflate these bubbles even further. So we wouldn't have to make a housing video since 2015. But we are. And look where we're at now. What do we do now, right? We got Alan Howick in the house. We got Mitch Madden again. CJ in the house. CK in the house. Sending lots of love. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to start.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I got the
Hello, everyone.
Donald Trump soundboard here.
When was the last time anybody saw us beating, let's say, China?
Oh, China is ruining the Chinese and the Chinese movement and what they're doing, buying up assets and resources from all over the Western world and Africa. Africa's I did a documentary almost 8 years ago called Africa for Sale, and for years they blamed the colonialists and the French were pretty bad, but I'm saying a lot of countries in Africa did build infrastructure and actually tried to work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get into that tonight. We got Pete Stav today say, "Hey, Mike, what a crazy day." So FY is saying, "Are you figuring this out? It's not going to go down." It's not that okay. If housing was tied to average wage, we're not talking about minimum wage and low wage, average wage earners, because without average wage earners buying into the market with the fresh blood, you don't have an economy. The country has no economy. When we export homes to China, yeah, FY just sent me $5. $5. Thank you so much. Guys, the super chat works out, guys. I don't get much from my AdSense, but the super chat is good. I was so happy to get that. I just holy crap. I have enough money to get to Atlanta. I'm joking. It's probably enough gas money to get me to Seattle from here, which is like a 5-hour drive. But still. Okay, Lenny Pooh in the house. CJ in the house. Blunt News finally joining us a little bit late here. So that's it, guys. So somebody sent me that comment and said, Mike, some people saying you should dedicate it to housing. No, we got to dedicate to business as a whole, because right now we have barely enough to hang on to that we could survive right now. Mike in the Night is a little bit different. It's more about survival, EMPs, 5G, the serum they're trying to put into us, this whole thing that happening in Congress right now. Yep. All right. So, anyways, FY saying you deserve it. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's do a quick channel plug, and we're gonna get into tonight's show. It's gonna be a real good one. Let me know if you want to come on the show. Just add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980. We've been doing live call-ins now. We're going into our 2021. We're going to our 5th year now. 2021 will be our 5th year. We're doing call-ins on the show. All right. So here it is, guys. Let's go into article scan. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Be part. Guys, don't miss last week's Mike in the Night was really good. Really good show we had last week. Really good one. And guys, I'm going to give you guys the link for Unpredictable Journeys. Everything is changing by the hour, so I don't even know how and what. There's the next week's link to set your reminders to Mike in the Night. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. And don't forget, I'm getting messages here from a lot of people. Yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook. If you want to go against the institution, just follow me on here. They hate it. And Teespring. Guys, I want to thank everyone that bought stuff for Christmas on Teespring. That really means a lot to me that you guys actually got together and said, hey, let's buy some stuff from Mike. Parlor. Don't forget to follow me on Parlor. Guys, Parlor's really good. We get our message out there. Guys, don't forget to check out my store. I have a eBay store. I got all kinds of cool stuff. Hard to find. I usually sell harder to find collector stuff on here. It's a little bit more pricier, but there is a market for it. And don't forget to check out Art by Dano. Bada bing. Not your typical art. Dano is one of us, so don't forget to check out his channel. All right, guys, that's the plug. There you go. See, it's over. Welcome to South Beach. No, this is Ocean Drive. Yes, it is South Beach, but welcome to whatever we're going to call this show. Maybe can't read Market Talk, because I can't read still. I mean, it's not like I learned how to read. So, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Woo! So what is happening? Well, you guys are going to know in a second here what's going on. So let's do this real quick here. I got to throw this out there because I got this sent to me for people living in Quebec, saying that Quebec is issuing a province-wide curfew starting Saturday in effort to combat the invisible boogeyman. And Covey, we're going to start calling it the invisible boogeyman here on the channel. So, invisible boogeyman. So there it is. This is a major issue because they are trying to pull... If you guys remember on Mike in the Night, we were talking about, or we had people on the show from Melbourne, Australia, that were on lockdown for like 35 weeks. You can't make this stuff up. 35 weeks in lockdown. And we're talking about you can't be 5 miles away from your door. Lockdown. We're not talking about, lockdown, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to go for a drive. No. We're talking about lockdown, where when you walk out that door, you need printed consent from someone and printed off and signed by someone to allow you to visit your family. That kind of lockdown. So right now, Quebec issues province-wide curfew starting Saturday in effort to combat surging boogeyman cases. So the boogeyman's out there. Obviously, we can't prove it. It's like climate change. Well, how can you disprove climate change because the climate changes? How can we argue that, right? So yes, market education is saying they are trying to get rid of small business. That's exactly what they want to do. And, I understand their angle of it when you look at more of an evil angle, when you look at Dr. Evil and see why they want to do it. But who's going to fund the public sector? That's the problem. who's going to fund the public sector? What's going to happen to Canada's free healthcare? Who's going to fund the public sector if the private sector goes? I'm not seeing it. I can't see this. I can't see this working.
And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
All right, guys. So this is another one here. This is a really important one. This was sent out 4 hours ago. This, again, was sent to me from someone who attended today the rally in Washington, D.C., wearing a Mike in the Night t-shirt. Yes. But they had the jacket over it. But they were wearing it, and they had it open in the front. Mike in the Night t-shirt down at the March rally thing in Washington of District of Criminals. D.C. in Washington, D.C. stands for District of Criminals.
We can't do anything right. Our military has to be strengthened.
Okay, U.S. So this is U.S. to urge firms to comply with China investment ban and new guidance, sources say. Washington, the U.S. State Department plans to release soon as Wednesday a fact sheet urging U.S. investors to comply with an executive order banning investments in alleged Chinese military companies, according to three people familiar with the matter and the copy of the document seen by Reuters. So there it is right there. And it goes on to say right here, the catalog now includes China's top chip maker, SMIC, and oil giant, CNOOG. These guys take a lot of oil out of Africa, from what I heard. I could be wrong, but they're a big African oil company that's in Africa, but the Africans get nothing, right? Yeah, that's how it works, right? Index providers like MSCI have been shedding the blacklisted Chinese firms from their indexes in the wake of the November directive. The confusion comes against the backdrop of tension among U.S. agencies about how stringently to construe the November execution order. So, guys, I was looking at my stocks. I just wanted to super confirm I had nothing in any of this stuff, any stocks. I went through a couple of pages of stock. Okay, check. Ooh, I'm going to sell this today. Ooh, this is up. I had some stocks really take off today. I'm going to show you guys. I'll show you a stock or two. Remember, guys, I'm going to have to read my disclaimer here in the show, guys. So, disclaimer, we do not offer investment advice. We do not know anything, and we can't even read. This video should not be viewed by anyone. No one should not view this video. There you go. There's your disclaimer. My lawyer told me to add in there, this video should not be viewed by anyone. This way, in the disclaimer, he just told you not to view the video. So that's it. All right. Okay. Stafford says Mike Martin's for president. Nope. I could never be president because the last thing I want to do is have to betray my people. And anyone in power has betrayed their people. I will never put myself into a position of power where I will be betraying, lying, disrespecting, shaming the people. I'm sorry. Too bad. And if I do tell the truth, I probably would be in office for less than 2 weeks before they put a piece of lead shell into my head. So there's no point. You know what I'm saying? So Gary Madeiro's in the house. Gary Madeiro's in the house. Let's talk about Washington, bro. Yeah, we're going to get there right now. So this is from Washington right now. This was a couple of hours ago. U.S. to urge firms to comply with China investment ban. So this is major issue. And then this is kind of good. I'm going to tell you why this is good. Because China is putting 1 million sanctions on China, on Australia. So this is kind of good in a way where, you see, America's getting back at China, but Australia will benefit in a way because Australia is getting sanctioned to death. So, okay. Okay, here we go. So we got somebody saying Plug Power gets billions in investment after 5 p.m. over Green Deal. Yeah, somebody was, but you know what I got into, guys? Let me see if I have my, I don't have my previously viewed here. There's a couple of stocks. Yeah, I actually bought this guy right here. Whoa, Plug. No, I bought Plug. No, I didn't buy Plug. I bought one that looks like Plug, but it's actually a marijuana stock out of Georgia. There's Tilray that I bought when it was at about $8. And Tilray's been going really well lately. And Tilray, again, with the Georgia constituents, they passed some bill in the House, and Tilray did really well. I've been holding on Tilray for a while. I've been buying Tilray on its dips. Okay, let's look up Tilray really quick here. T-I-L, Tilray right here. This is what I got here. Tilray is the one I got here. It's on the NASDAQ. So there it is right there. So I picked it up at $8 a while back. Let me see here the 5. Yeah, I bought it way back here when it was about $8. Sorry, let's go to I've had it for months. So I've picked it up here about $8 in and around here. And I've been holding it ever since. I took a slight dip towards the end of the trading day. But you know what? I'm not too worried. There's, again, acquisitions, mergers, and things happening with the federal governments. And then there's one more. What's the other one I picked up for a really good... There's a really good one that I picked up out of the States, out of Georgia. Another stock I picked up that was 55 cents, and that one went up quite a bit, actually. And they have a good, big market cap. Pick that one up. I have to go into my watch list here so I could show you guys. Anyways, so what is happening right now? Well, let's look at the markets in Australia. The markets are on fire in Australia. Yahoo Finance Australia. Sorry, guys, I didn't have this open. Let's see where the markets are at. They are open now for another 2 hours. The All-Ords are up 115 points, up 1.68%, sitting at 6,997, the All-Ordinaries. The ASX 200 is up 121 at 6,728. Australian dollars taking a slight dip. Oil is at $50.78 steady, up 15 cents. Gold is at $19.20, up $11.60. And Bitcoin in Australian dollars, are you sitting down? Are you sitting down?
China
is at $47,544 Australian dollars. So if you have 4 Bitcoins, I mean, you can't buy a house in Australia is $40 million. So for you to like $4 million, right? But for you, I mean, for people that got into Bitcoin early, I've bought and sold Bitcoin. My problem with Bitcoin is I have a story about Bitcoin. I did hold Bitcoin. I did have a Bitcoin wallet on my Note 2. Way back in the day, I had a internet cafe in downtown Vancouver that I had for a couple of years, one of my side businesses, and I did mine. We would close at 11 p.m., and I would mine Bitcoin every night. I leave all the computers running, and I was in Bitcoin in and around $400 to $800, back and forth, $400 to $800, and I kind of lost interest in it when it took a big dive one time, and then I just kind of lost it. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Got lots of woos in the comment section.
and yes.
Okay. So there's the market there. The FTSE there closed strong in England there at up 229. The Dow Jones closed strong at 437 points, up to 30,829. The DAX up 240. The Hang Seng is open right now in Hong Kong, 27,629. And the Nikkei 225 in Japan is rolling strong right now, up 544 points, sitting at 27,600. Oh yeah, markets are rocking and rolling. So Democrats flip U.S. Senate in devastating blow to Trump. Apparently, from what I've heard, that Mike Pence sold out Trump or something, and yeah, it's not going well down there. And yeah, business wise, it looks like the markets were open during this. The markets, I was expecting to do a huge sell off today. I had my finger on the trigger, ready to sell off, and if anything, a couple of my stocks went higher than expected, and I was like, whoa. So no sell-offs for me today. All right, let's go back. Okay, so let's see what the fake news is saying. Leaders condemn pro-Trump support rioters. Again with this crap, like it wasn't pro-Trump supporters that got shot today. You guys have to keep that in mind. And yeah, shocking photos from the Capitol chaos. And you got to remember there's a lot of mixed groups inside these Trump rallies that are not Trump supporters that are there to start poop. You know, poo-poo? Yeah, they're there, yeah.
And yes.
A lot of them out there to start a lot of poop. So, I mean, if you could read between the lines, you know why. Like, right here, leaders condemn pro-Trump supporters on CNN. It's wrong. Anything you read here is wrong. Like, anything they tell you, it's misinformation. And I don't know why. Yeah. So, what else is going? World, U.S. sports, tech entertainment. Bezos names rocket recovery ship after his mom. Trump signs a new order that would ban transactions with some Chinese apps. Yeah, we read that earlier. Adobe Flash Player is officially dead. Here's how to uninstall it. Yeah! Another software that's gonna follow you around. All right, let's see what RT's saying on the other. Go home and remember this day forever. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube wipe Trump's mixed messages to supporters who stormed Congress. Again, I'm not wanted to talk too much about that because, I mean, I wasn't there, but from the footage that we did see, a lot of gray shirts there. I don't know. I know Ted Cruz is standing up for Trump. I think he still is. So Ted Cruz and other White House wannabes don't want to save Trump. They just want to cash in on MAGA to help their 2024 ambitions. Again, that's RT. So I wouldn't. Okay, so this was sent to me by Linny Poo, but it was taken down. The website, the breaking news, live Patriot Storm, that's gone. Whoa. Let me give you that other stock, guys. Okay, it's Till. Here, let me get my phone. See, I do this for you guys, man. So, guys, I've been doing really well. I don't want you guys to follow me or shadow what I do. I just want you guys to do some research on your own. Because I've done very well in the stock market this year. I think this is one of the better years I've done in the stock market probably than my whole life. Because I bought all the airline stock when it crashed, and everyone told me to buy gold. I didn't. I shorted gold, actually. But I want you guys to see. So you guys could see that I'm saying it before. I'm pre. So this is the one I want you guys to look at. This one right here. This is a really good stock, okay? So I'm going to create a watch list for this page, for this show. So we're going to continue following that watch list. It's called SNDL. These guys right here. I bought them at, what did I buy this thing at? 48 cents? What did I buy this damn thing at a few days ago? It was a few days ago. I picked it up at, I think I picked it up 48 or 49 cents. It's at 60 cents. I picked it up a few days back, and this is one of the companies. It reached 69 cents. This is one of the companies. After hours, already up 4 cents. So this is one of the companies that that a friend of mine basically tipped me off on, and I thank him very much for that. And I already had Tilroy. I already had Tilroy. So this stock apparently, why Sundial, Grow Generation, and other cannabis stocks skyrocket today? What happened on Wednesday is shaping to be a great day for cannabis investors. Marijuana stocks are soaring following the election results on Tuesday that have potential to reshape. So there it is right there. So I kind of saw this writing already. Buddy, told me, he's like, hey, Mike, I kind of think you should strongly consider buying some of this. So I did. I bought quite a bit of it, actually. And, yeah, so it's got a market cap right now, $508 million. So dividend, no dividends. I don't care about dividends. And 52-week range is at 388. So let's look at the last 6 months. So it had a little bit of push up here. Then you saw this huge caldera here. And yeah, now it looks like it's going to be trending back. Hopefully I'm right. But this is one to put on your watch list, guys. Again, do not... SNDL, please do not follow me. Please do your own research. Okay. Light has no shadow, says Lenny Poo. Blunt News says, remember the first time I came on and told everyone you want to be poor or rich in the slave system? No one listened. You know what, guys? I think this Mike in the Night, instead of calling it Where Do We Go Now or Unknown Destination, maybe we should call it a digital prison. Grindhouse Cartoons has a really good comment there. There are too many cannabis companies in the stocks. Which ones will be the winners? I'm betting on Sundial Growers. They got a market cap. They're not in debt. Their sheet looks good. They look good. They look decent in the financials here. I already went through it. They don't look that bad. And I believe they do have, right? I looked at the cash flow. I just believe that they basically have the potential to be something. That's just me, guys. Do not follow me. And Tilroy. Tilroy is one that I picked up on dips, and that one's up $1.26 today. Is it going to go down tomorrow? I think not. I just don't think it is. I think this is going to start upticking again because of what happened in Georgia today. So I kind of wanted to throw that out. So I've see Xavier saying I've been buying uranium, nickel, and copper. And he's getting his new AK-47 tomorrow. Yes. Debt will never be paid. We know that. That's true. Yep. All right. The comments are rocking and rolling tonight, baby. Woo! All right. So there's a couple of stocks. If you guys have any tickers later, we'll look at some tickers. So there it is. Leaders condemn pro-Trump rioters. RT is giving a vision of our future and living, basically, the future, a living hell combined with the worst of communist tyranny and the worst capitalism. So this is going to affect business. This is all part of business. This all affects us. So what's happening in housing? Well, Toronto real estate prices slip in December, but suburban prices soar to lift index while people are leaving the big cities, and suburban areas are going up in price because some places are still affordable. Canadian mortgages over 120 days past due rises at the fastest pace in years. I did a video about this, independent video. It's kind of important, and I actually break down the percentages of what your percentage rate is to recover from a bankruptcy depending on how many days past due you are. So if you're 30 days past due, it might take 90% to get out of that. I think it was, I wrote it down here. I'm going to show you guys. This is kind of important. This is important financial here. Very important financial here. So this is the video I did. Let's go to videos. This is the video I did the other day. Okay, the odds of you getting out of bankruptcy. This is important, okay? So show more. I even wrote it down here in the description. Let me move my fat head over here. You can't, so you could see it there. Okay, so here it is right here. Okay, here are the odds of escaping bankruptcy. If you have an R1, you're 30 days late, 94% of you could get out of it. 94%. Usually you forget to pay, or you dated the date on your bank checks or your prepaid checks on the wrong year, and it's a new year, whatever, right? If you have an R2, 60 days, you have an 87% chance of recovery. If you have an R3, 90 days, you have a 71% chance of recovery. If you have an R4, 120 days, you have a 42% chance of recovery. If you have an R5, 150 days, you have a 31% chance of recovery. And if you have an R6, 190 days, you have 21% chance of recovery. So an R4, 120 days, 42% chance of recovery. So according to this article here by Better Dwelling, what does it say? R4, 120 days, 42% chance of survival. So 42%. So basically, Canadian mortgages are over 120 days past due, rises in the fastest pace in years. So that's a 41% chance that you will get out of this. So there's a lot of people that are going to face defaults. And home prices are rising faster in the middle of the U.S. as COVID drives people away from the coasts. So again, they're finding a reason. They're finding a story. Now, what did I tell you guys about Middle America? You thought I was kidding? Did you think I was joking with you when I told you that middle part of America is going to go nuts? It's going to go up 40 to 100%, even during COVID and even during lockdowns and no jobs. Go figure. So let's go back to the channel and go back to that video that I posted a month and a half or 2 months ago. It's over here. I think it's under, no, that's not that one. It's not cocaine sales are down. I'm just trying to find which one is it here. It's way back. I think it's way back here. Here we go. Housing to double. American housing to increase in price. Let's see what it says here. In 40 to 100% in 2021. 40 to 100% increase in the next 12 months. Watch. The U.S. housing market is booming. Last month, the number of Americans buying new houses skyrocketed to a 14-year high. So this is it right here. So there it is right there. And applications jump 50%. So this is middle America. Housing will increase 40 to 100%. And I believe this is going to happen. I truly believe that middle America is going to get out of control. And you're going to see America turn into, where's that other video? Amerifornia coming right there. Amerifornia. Where America will turn into California now, looking at the new governance in place in America. America will turn to Amerifornia now. And yeah. And then Australia working on passing a law to aim to let foreign troops and foreign police to come in and basically kill citizens and not be liable for it. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, let's get back to the show here. So there it is. Home prices are rising faster in the middle of the U.S. as COVID drives people away from the coast. You guys heard it here first. I told you guys this, and this is not lying. Okay, home prices are rising across the nation, but COVID pandemic is turning the usual geographical trends on their heads. Smaller metropolitan markets like Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Boise, Idaho, Austin, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee are seeing some of the strongest price gains in the nation now. According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, prices in the cities are now at least 10% higher than they were a year earlier. We're in 2020 right now, 2021. Watch what I said in my prediction. All those areas are going to be up 40 to 100%. You think I'm kidding? We've been following this trend across the Commonwealth, and America is not immune to it anymore now that it's a fully liberalized country. Metal Gear Mark III is saying 40 large for Bitcoin coming this week or next week. Mike Martins, I bought your stock SNDL. No! No. Well, I am not responsible. You are not SNDL. When did you buy it, Low Roller Scratcher? Did you buy it before I talked about it here? I just don't want you. I don't care if this goes, for me, if this goes to zero, I don't care. I still have my shirt. I just don't want people to lose because I'm telling them that I've looked at something that might look potentially good. Remember, nobody should watch this video transmission ever. Blunt News says America will break up into small factions. Small groups of men will form militias and be labeled domestic. Yeah, of course. Craig Cook is saying, yep, hard times coming to the USA. Yeah, you're right, hard times coming to the USA. Craig Cook knows because Craig Cook understands because he lives in New Zealand. And the New Zealand housing, people in New Zealand housing market, the locals have been working people have been bought out of their market since pretty much 2010. Oh, okay, Low Roller Scratcher only put $2 in. Okay, Low Roller Scratcher. That's why you call him Low Roller Scratcher. He put $2 in. I thought he put like 20 grand. I'm like, no, don't listen to me. He put $2. All right. Hey, don't call him Low Roller Scratcher for nothing. All right, let's get back. So I wasn't kidding. I wasn't playing games when I told you that middle America is going to go up 40, not middle class, middle America, middle geographic part of America will go up 40 to 100 points. Easy. Facilito. Es facilito. U.S. housing starts building permits power ahead in November. So this is an older article that was published in December of 2020. I kind of wanted to throw that out there because building permits the building permit sector takes a while to report earnings or report applications. So it is powering ahead, even with the boogeyman. But look, it's okay. You know what? Look, Quebec's fully shutting down. Full shutdown to combat the boogeyman. You can't prove it. You can't prove climate changes. So how can you argue with climate change now, even though climate does change? See, if you called it global warming, that's bold. That is bold because the world didn't get any warmer. It got a bit warmer, then it got cooler, then, but then they said, let's just call it climate change. Then this way we can't be proven wrong. Yeah.
I fully understand.
All right. Quebec shut down. La, 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 la. I think they're going to do a Victoria-style shut down like they did in Victoria, Australia, in the state of Victoria, where you couldn't leave the province. You couldn't even go outside without some written consent from the NBA. I'm not making this up, guys. People were telling me there was drones flying by. They call into the mic in the night. They would say, there's drones flying by my window every hour and watching people and stuff. I'm telling you. Werewolf is saying the grand solar reset. The Raven saying, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we are all domestic. T word. We got to get a word for the T word. So there it is right there. So, okay, RT, better dwelling. Let's go over. And in Australia, what's going on down under? Man, Australian house prices confound COVID fears. Home values rise 3% and ultra-low interest rate stimulus adept handling of the pandemic. So again, I don't think anything's going to happen in Australia anymore. I think Australia is done when it comes to... Middle Australia is the outback, so you don't have much of a choice in Australia with the limited amount of cities that you have to offer housing or accommodation. And here we go. Australian house prices finish wild year with strong growth. Again, prices gained only 2%, defying the whole logic of the shutdown. And Australian house prices could drop in early 2021 despite the 3% rise over the past year. The Australian, unless they could get more Chinese in there to spend money. That's the only way. And we covered that article where Australia is working hard to get more Chinese, offering Chinese. Okay, well, back to the channel. Back to the friggin' channel right here. Back to the video. Australia, where the hell was it? Australia will pay foreigners $50 large to buy a home in Australia. So you get a $50,000 rebate if you buy a home in Australia. Free market. If you buy a home in Australia, they are offering you $50,000. So that goes to show how desperate they are. Like Gary Medeiros said when he came on the show, it just shows the desperation of how hard they want to get people in these markets, right? Wow, I'm plugging my channel so much today. All right. So they could see a drop. Australia's out of gas. Australia's housing market's out of fuel. They have to find a way to get more foreign investors in without causing a ruckus with the locals. That's the problem. That's the give and take they have to figure out, right? Australia needs to find a way to get more foreign investing in if they want to keep their housing market going. And I don't know, honestly, what they could do more. Unless China goes into a hot war and people start fleeing China, like, faster than you could fathom. That's going to, obviously, what China has done in the real estate market around the world and private property markets around the world, they've reshaped the whole Western Hemisphere. They've reshaped the Commonwealth. They've reshaped Africa. They've reshaped everything in a bad way because affordability levels are just not there and we can't compete with money laundering, right? So, VMan293 says, they don't mention the property tax will double. Where is this? I know property tax is doubling everywhere. Not doubling, but going out of, okay, so this is not found. Okay, so Low Roller, the link you sent me is not in order or doesn't exist. Yeah, 404, something's wrong. Low Roller Scratcher just invested $2 in the Sundial Growers, Inc. So, I had somebody email me from Portland, Oregon, that told me that they lost their business due to rioting and destruction. And now the insurance company does not want to cover them. So I might have him on Mike in the Night to come on and explain to us. So this is from Lenny Poo. The video is unavailable. There's a couple of videos. This is what's happening in the United States today when people rushed the Congress there. Basically, Capitol building. So there it is there. There's a couple of images here for you guys. Follow the money, folks. You want to find your answers? I told the bank teller today. You want to do well in life? Follow the money. Put your money where, follow it. But remember, following money might take you into a dark crevice that you might not want to be in. It might take you into the depths of what the hell am I doing here? Why is this happening? I'm not making this stuff up, guys. So we got Mataski says $850,000 for a townhouse in Newmarket, Ontario. Woo! You know what Newmarket is, guys? To me, Newmarket, from when I lived in Ontario, it could have changed. Newmarket would be like, kind of like I don't even know how it's too small to be a city in America. It would be like Albany, New York. No, actually Albany's bigger than Newmarket. I'm just trying to think of something that like you could kind of think of that's away from the major city, but far away enough. It'd be like Syracuse, I guess. I don't know what the capital. I don't know what the population. So the population in Syracuse is New York. 142,000. Okay, yeah, you could probably say Rochester, New York is 206,000. Yeah, Albany, New York, 97,000. So yeah, that you could kind of say it's like one of those cities, and you're paying 800 large for a townhouse. But then you go to, let's say, Rochester, you could buy the same townhouse for like 130 grand.
The Mexican government.
All right, who wants to come on the show and talk some business with us, whether it's housing, whether it's stocks? So I'm getting a numerologist on the show. There's a numerologist out of India who's really good at numbers. And we're trying to find answers here on this channel. And that's what we've been doing for years on this channel. And we've been working together as a team. We've been kind of doing our thing and working together as one to figure out. I'm going to get all kinds of people on this channel who could give us or try to give us the answers that we're looking for. Pete Staff says, Mike, I just bought my first home. Congratulations, my friend.
The greatest president that God ever created.
Werewolf is saying, what do jobs pay there? 800,000 is big. Okay, in Newmarket, the average wage, upper average wage earner would get about 43,000 a year net. So after taxes, about 43,000. Upper average wage earner, like upper. So not low wage earners, not minimum wage earners, not average wage, but upper average citizen. So yeah, you have to save about 18 years for down payment on that, roughly. Gematria, use it all the time. Good. Oh yeah. So happy to have everyone here tonight on Mike in the Night. Mike in the Night. Whoa. What do we call this show? Wednesday nights. What do you guys want to call it? I think we should call it Don't Ever Watch This Show. We're not responsible. All right. Who else we got here? So this numerologist, she's messaging me back. I would like to get her on the show. I don't care who, but I want to get people on this show that can start giving us some damn answers. Because I think it's time that we deserve answers. You know, it's not like we're trying to get anyone to change water into wine. It's not, we're tired of connecting the dots here. You know what I'm saying? Let me drink some water here. Haven't brushed my hair. Okay, let's make an audio call. Let me get her channel open here. We're talking about a serious numerologist, big number, a big YouTube channel. I'm going to plug it for her. Where is it here? Let's get her on the show. All right, let's find her here. I just want to make sure I got her here before I get her on the show. Look at all my subscriptions. Oh, you guys, I have it on the other channel there, on the other All right. I think she put up a video 2 days ago. Come on. Let's do the twist. I want to get Terry Opines on the show from New Zealand. Terry Opines on the show. I want to get him on. I want to get... we got to get Randy Patrick back on. Let's see who I have here. Okay, where is all... Like, I don't even... there we go. So the channel is called Inner World Revealed, Numerology and More. And let me tell you, this lady really, let's the article scan here. This lady really knows her numbers really, really well. And she has answers. Okay, don't make a video call. I'm a mess right now. Just woke up 15 minutes back and was checking messages. Aww. So sad. So here's her channel right now. Let me send her a link to this live stream so she knows that we're for real here. Let me send her a link to this live stream. I like sending a link to a live stream from a live stream to a live stream. Here it is, live. Minutes back and was checking messages. I love sending a link from a live stream to a live stream to a live stream. There you go. So sad. So here's her channel right now. Let me send her a link to this live stream. All right, I'm talking in the background there. Let me just go back to premium here. All right. All right, let's go back. So serious numbers. Then she could do Mike in the Night, because if Mike in the Night, basically she could do Mike in the Night because it would be like 9 in the morning there on a Saturday, or 10 in the morning on a Saturday, so we could get her on to give us some answers on what is going on. Let's go to article scan here. So this is the channel looks like. Inner World Revealed. Housing numbers, numerology, remedy, lucky cell phone number, all kinds of numerology, repeating numbers in patterns, relationship in numbers, and 2021 numerology forecast. And this is an important one. And if she could unpack that for us. And woo! All right, guys, let's go back to full screen here. All right, who wants to call into the show? And
I will tell you, this is going to be something special.
Who wants to call into the show?
And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
You want to talk about? Man, I really don't care right now. There's a lot happening. Come on, let's get some Americans to call in the show. We are. I want to get some more we got some Americans over on the weekend. I need to know what the hell is going on with this whole Congress thing. Let's get, I think the only guy that might know something, maybe, I'm kind of throwing this out there, would be Mitch in Oregon. And let's give Mitch a call just to tell us what's going on or what he sees going on. I don't see Lord Humongous on right now. Mitch's Skype is off. So we're not getting Mitch on right now. He is not. His Skype is turned off. Who else we got here? We got, I know Craig's live in the thing in New Zealand. We got, I want to get Anthony Ruvalakaba. He actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to, oh, it's ringing. Come on, pick up. Oh, we also have Grindhouse Media. We also got, what's his name there? Dano in the house. We also got Dano. Okay, hold on. Okay. Make an audio. So we got Adit saying, make an audio call. Okay. So we'll make an audio call to Adit in India. Let's see if she picks up. That was Mitch calling back. We'll call him back. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to We Don't Know What to Name the Show on Wednesdays. The show used to be called Trends in the Housing Market, where we talk about how housing became more and more unaffordable for the average wage earner. And we're calling it, we don't know what to call tonight, Wednesday night show. So welcome to the No Name Show, Adit. So guys, here's our channel right here. And I want everyone to go over and subscribe to it right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mike. Well, I'm going to talk about how the year 2021 is going to turn up as
Please
a
tell
whole.
us.
And I do numerology, and I'm going to talk about numerology analysis of 2021 right now.
Please.
And the base value for 2021 is 5. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. And 5 in numerology is a very progressive number, which always activates a fast pace and a very fast momentum. It is also the number of motion, change, travel, adventure. So everything that was stagnant during the year 2020 would now seem to be gaining momentum. And businesses are going to recover, economies are going to gain a good momentum. But one thing that 5 is although it activates a lot of movement and speed, it is a very fluctuating kind of a number. So ups and downs, rather, frequent ups and downs are going to happen. But the overall direction is going to be progressive. The overall direction of the economies and the world as a whole is going to be progressive and upwards. Now, when I say that 5 activates fluctuations, it can also mean people could be showing a bit of, gambling tendencies or tendencies towards taking chances. And this means that many are going to try and enter the stock markets.
Okay.
Yes, and but once again, although the overall graph is going to be upwards and there's going to be a lot of movement and fluctuations, so one needs to be very careful during this time, and one has to calm down and calm the nervous energy, because the nervous energy is going to be very strong during this time. So discipline has to be maintained. And 5 in a big way also indicates a boom in the travel and tourism and also hospitality industry. And people are going to panic a little less because they are going to become more well informed and more optimistic and are definitely going to travel more. Right now, many places are in lockdown, but that is soon going to change, and traveling and socializing is also going to increase. But then socializing might not happen in the very conventional ways. There can be new ways of socializing coming up. And now that brings me to the point whether this optimism is going to happen, because COVID is finally going away. I would say probably no. COVID is possibly going to stay for a while, because 2020, it started during the year 2020, and 2020 had the base value 4, and it had set a new discipline. 4 is the number which sets a new order or a new discipline, and which stays for many years to come. So the discipline which was being set during 2020 might stay, for example, wearing masks and maintaining hygiene, strong hygiene, that all that is going to stay. So that is the new order for now, and that's going to stay for a while. But in spite of that, people are going to panic less, because they're going to become more flexible and going to work around these boundaries and work around this situation that they are in. And they're also going to be more well informed. As a matter of fact, all the fields related to information, communication, and also telecommunication, also logistics. And also, we can see that online teaching, online learning, or even online selling is going to grow very fast. It is already growing right now. And 2021 is going to be a more favorable year for that. And the lucky colors for all of you would be that you can use during 2021 would be turquoise. Turquoise is a shade of blue green, or you can also go for a green and also some shade of silver or white. And having said that, I also think that the prices of silver can go up. And other than that, people can also go for emerald. Emerald helps in, taming the nervous system, because the nervous energy is going to be very strong. So it helps in calming the nervous system. So that's all I wanted to talk about this year 2021. So
And
Yeah.
you're saying that a lot of people are going to be going or jumping into the bandwagon of the markets, and then maybe
Yes, that's going to happen. That's going to happen more frequently because 2020 always gives a tendency towards gambling and, trying out luck. As a matter of fact, 2021 also, I mean, the number five also activates the luck factor. But it won't be the same for everybody because everybody has a different personal number. So, apart from the world number, which is going to be five, you're also going to be impacted by what your personal year number is. So, for that, you need more detailed evaluation of your own numbers and only based on that. But I'm actually telling about the world as a whole, how the world as a whole is going to look like.
okay, okay. So, but do you think? So you think things will ease up, things will get better, information will be more delivered more,
Absolutely.
logistically will things will be better.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
I totally hope for something like that, because a lot of our major cities are going back in lockdown, and
No, no, no. That's going to change. That's going to change in a big way. And the lockdown is going to be released very soon. And 2021 is going to be a very positive year as compared to 2020. However, COVID and the order which is being set by COVID is not going to go away very soon. But we're going to learn ways to deal with that.
okay.
Yes.
All right, I appreciate you coming on the show on last
Thank
second
you
here.
so much for inviting me. Thank you
Yeah,
so
and then if
much.
you ever
It's
want
a
to come on
pleasure.
Mike in the Night to give us an update, if there's a major event that happens, like a major world event, and you could break down some of the numbers and give us some numerology on something, on you're welcome to come anytime to give us an update on what we should know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll surely do that. I'll keep in touch.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye. Okay, so there it is right there. There's her channel. She's got 25K subs. What a big, beautiful channel. Guys, check it out. There's a lot of common sense spoken here on this channel. And basically everything revolves around everything. Everything revolves around mathematics, numbers, everything. I don't know if you guys ever read the Tractatus Logico Philosophicus, or if you look at the Fibonacci series, the Model Pi. If you ever start looking at that stuff, you start realizing that everything works on some sort of mathematical sequence. I'm terrible at math. I couldn't be a numerologist even if I tried to. But it's kind of good to have someone that knows, that's friendly to the channel, that could tell us, because we have a lot of questions and we're not getting the answers from anywhere. So we got Alan Howick saying thanks for calling in. Okay, let's get Mitch on the phone. Mitch is down in Oregon, Portland, Oregon, who's going to give us an update on what the heck is going on. Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, I've been trying to reach you. You're a lot tougher to get to the president.
Oh boy, I've got you in the background. Hang on. Let me fix that.
Come on, Mitch.
Come on.
All right. Hopefully he's got me got the show turned down there. Guys, remember, don't forget to turn down the show when it's live if you're calling in.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what the heck is going down there in your capital.
Okay, you got me?
I got you, man. Go ahead. Tell us what the heck is going on down there in your capital.
Well, I watched a vlog today by a guy up in Seattle that he also does vlogs on Portland and other areas. But he was talking about how the businesses in Portland are having trouble getting insurance now.
Yes. Somebody wrote me. Somebody emailed me telling me that they lost their restaurant business in Portland, and now they can't get insurance money.
Yeah, that's happening. And I think he said there's 3 or 4 neighborhoods there in Portland that they just insurance companies are balking at writing new policies. They won't even write riders if somebody wants to buy something.
So, but the thing is, I mean, when these deals were originally underwritten, didn't they have riot clause and flood clause and hurricane clause put into them? I mean, wouldn't it be a logical thing to do, or are they just finding loopholes?
Well, insurance companies, you've talked about them before. I once had had a property down in the San Francisco Bay Area that was flooded with raw sewage due to the city's malfeasance. And
I love China.
And then the city came in and ripped everything out, and then we had a big lawsuit. And I filed a claim with my insurance company because the city had hired a company to come in and take out all kinds of appliances and floor coverings and the bathtubs, sinks, toilets, everything. And I filed a claim with the insurance company, and they sent me a letter, and they said, "We do not cover mysterious disappearances."
Mysterious? That is so vague. That could mean Scooby-Doo left. It could mean anything.
Yeah, they asked me who took it and where are the things that were taken. And I said, I don't know. The city won't give me the information. And they said, "We do not cover mysterious disappearances." But anyway, my point is, insurance companies will, a great percentage of the time, find a way to weasel out of paying.
Mm-hmm.
I had another property that I had to evict the tenants, and the carpets were all wet and it had hardwood floors underneath them. They were all warped. They were all buckled.
Oh.
And so I filed a claim with the insurance company. I had good insurance, and they had someone call me, and they asked me a whole bunch of questions. They just kept peppering me with questions. And she said, "Well, how did the floors get wet?" And I said, "I'm not sure." I said there was signs that they had pets out in the washroom, so maybe the pets urinated. I don't know. And then they sent me a letter and says, "We do not cover pet damage."
Ooh.
And then I found out later the reason the carpets were wet is the lady that lived there had twin daughters that were toddlers, and she used to put this little gate and put them in a room and just give them a bottle and let them run around without diapers or anything, and they would just urinate wherever they wanted to, and it went down into the carpet pad and then into the floors and kept them wet perpetually, and that's what buckled the floor. So I found, anyway, by the time I found all that out from the neighbor, what was really going on, it was too late. I'd already been declined, and I was stressed out, so I just took care of it all myself.
Yeah, yeah. So what's happening in the
insurance companies are like that. Oh, by the way, Mike, yesterday I got that big $600 stimulus check, right?
Oh, did you? Are you going to go to Puerto Rico?
No, what I did was I got online, and I haven't been buying any silver or anything because I don't want to drive up my dollar cost average because it's higher now. And but I decided just to buy 20 Canadian Predator series, the Maple Leaf Company, the Predator series half ounce silver coin. So I just ordered 20 of them, and then I checked, and earlier this year I had ordered the same 20, and what I paid in March, I think it was $190 for 20 of them, U.S., and now I paid $293 for the same thing. So they just since March, those silver coins, and they were a good price, and relatively speaking, in both circumstances, but they increased from $190 to $293 just since March.
Okay. Now I want to ask you, Mitch, what the hell is happening in your state, in your country's capital?
Relatively speaking, a handful of disgruntled patriots were there, and I just made a comment in the comment section that there's at least 1,000 people, probably more than 1,000 people that feel the same way about our government than folks that showed up. In other words, there's 1,000 people that feel the same way that weren't there protesting, and that probably a lot more. Mm-hmm. So the country is really in turmoil, and a lot of people think it'll calm down. But I think that this is a sign that things are going to get really, really tricky. It's almost like as a monetary system, begins to degrade, that so does the social fabric.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So I don't see a positive direction that we're going. It's all negative, and it's not just America. You know, we've got folks from Australia, from New Zealand, from England, from Canada.
I love China.
You know, no matter where you look, like you always say in the Western world, but it's not just the Western world, but just staying focused predominantly on the Western world, things are going to go down. Now, I predicted in the prediction show that you had that the dollar was going to drop below 80 in the Dixie basket, you know, but that really isn't saying a whole lot, because it's in that basket. You're just comparing it against the Japanese yen, the euro dollar, you know, and the Bank of England, and a few of those, I think that the purchasing power is going to continue to decline, and people are going to be increasingly in dire straits, and the governments are going to have to hand out money to stop insurrection, but that is going to have serious consequences down the road. We've been predicting a lot of these things, but evidently it's like a boat that has a perpetual leak in it, but it's a huge boat, and it just takes forever to sink. It's like a slow sinking. We keep waiting for some big giant news, you know, like Pearl Harbor or something. Mm-hmm. And so far that hasn't happened. That could happen, but so far that hasn't happened. We'll just have a slow sinking.
You said it a few weeks ago on the show, or 3, 4, 5 weeks ago on the show, that it's like the dissolving of Rome, and Rome took a couple of 100 years for it to dissolve.
Oh yeah. That I can't remember what year that was when they say Rome officially collapsed. It
took hundreds of years for it to finally make its way right to the right till it hit bottom, right?
Yeah, it was 200 and something AD or 400 and something AD when it finally officially collapsed, and I think at that time, like I said,
it started collapsing around 50 AD, right?
Huh?
Rome started to slowly downward spiral around 50 AD, right?
Yeah, I think it was at its peak around that time, around the time of Jesus, or maybe shortly after.
Yeah, because at 50 AD, it was when Rome was burning, and Nero was assisting in the burning down of Rome to rebuild it, right? He thought if he burnt down Rome, he could rebuild it, a new, strong Rome, but he was dead wrong.
Yeah, I studied a long time ago. I studied some of the Roman history, and which was the famous assassination there that the senators
Julius Caesar
slayed. Yeah, they Cicerus and Mark Antony, mm-hmm. and Mark Antony was not involved in the plot.
No,
but anyway, that Rome is a really fascinating. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire, fascinating to study. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like down in Oregon, where I live on the southern coast, very far from Portland, not except for some loss of business, not too much has changed. The real estate market is still real strong. Prices are really strong, and inventory is very low. And homelessness is
spiking.
Is still real strong, and I think that right now things have a feeling locally of being pretty stable. The only time I even recognize it is when I have to go in a store or a business and I have to put on a mask. Other than that, my days are normally the same, but I know that's only temporary.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, all right, Mitch. I'm gonna let you go. It was a peach to have you on. And,
yeah, hey Mike, I'm gonna try to figure out how to. For some reason, when I log out on the laptop, if I don't click back onto the Skype, it doesn't come on, and people will try to call me on Skype, and they'll send me a message on Facebook or on my email, and they'll say, turn on Skype. And I'm not sure what happened, but for some reason, it used to be on whenever my laptop was on, Skype was on. But now, whenever I log on, I have to click on the Skype for it to be live, for me to receive any calls.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, okay, I don't really have much to say tonight. So
No
I'll
worry,
wait for
Mitchie.
the next
You
caller.
said quite a bit, actually, and I appreciate your input. God bless you.
All right. God bless you and good night.
Good night. All right, that is Mitch Madden, our man. Let's get Buddy down in California. He's got to tell us what the hell is going on, because I need to figure out what the heck is going on. This is nuts, especially what's happening in the United States. And housing going to go up another 40 to 100%. Come on, Dano, turn on your Skype. Dano's Skype is turned off. Dano has left the building. Well, I think the only person that could tell us what the heck is going on right now is the Raven. Let's see if he picks up his phone. I've been trying to reach you. A lot tougher to get than the president.
I know. I thought you were calling Americans today.
No, I wanted to call you because you're probably one of the very few guys right now that knows what's happening in the United States. And
you know what? I said cryptos are going to roll out, and the next day, Venezuela, we're going fully digital. 14 hours later, Maduro said it. We're going fully digital. First country to go fully digital. They'll collapse, though.
You think so?
There's 62 hyperinflations in the world. Two of them right now are currently happening in Venezuela and Lebanon. What's hyperinflation? I think it's 50% inflation, 30 days in a row, month after month after month. That's what constitutes hyperinflation.
Isn't it after 60 days in a row? Or yeah.
30 days, but it has to be month after month. It has to be consecutive.
It's got to be consecutive, yeah.
It's kind of like figuring out a negative GDP, right? So, what was I going to say? Oh, the Federal Reserve. So, what did they print this year? $10 trillion. People say, "Oh, they're printing." They're not printing. They're adding digits. They're not spending. They're not spending currency. They're not spending currency. They spent 10 trillion. They're spending people's confidence in the currency. That's what they're spending.
You're not a nice
person. They're blowing it quickly, but they're on a time frame. This plan's been in the works for a long, long time. I said on your show on Saturday, a government building will be taken and there will be bloodshed. 4 days later today, Capitol Hill was taken and a lady got killed.
And that's why I got you front center on the show tonight, because I clearly remember it. As it was yesterday, you saying that. So
that's an easy call, man. That was an easy one. That was easy.
But
going to happen again. It's going to happen again and again and again. Here's a call. It's going to happen in Canada. Probably going to happen in Toronto, Ottawa, or it's going to happen somewhere.
Well, I'm getting in a lot of stories right now that Quebec issues province-wide curfew starting on Saturday. Now, Ontario, from 28 minutes ago, just off the rails in Eastern Canada, is looking at doing. They want to do a Victoria-style shutdown like they did in Australia, and now your friend who can do 10 push-ups. What's his name? Billy Gates. That guy announced the other day that San Francisco should be shut down indefinitely.
Who would win in a fight, Hill Dog or Bill? That would be something I would pay.
Well, Bill Gates' sweater gives him power 45.
It would be better than that Tyson fight I watched.
Oh, buddy, I'd pay $5 large to watch those two fight.
I would too. I'd pay $500, but it's got to be a real fight, like a fight to almost the death.
Yeah, almost to death. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I you know what? Here, I'll give you another prediction. This is just way out there. No one's made this prediction. I bet in Canada, and I'm like, I could see like what happened in Gatineau, Quebec, where they pulled that family apart. I'll tell you, if I was there, I'd be throwing punches on those cops. You could not have stopped me. I'd be in jail right now. I'd be in jail for a while. I would have been punching those cops. There's no way I would have let them do that to my family. Not a chance, man. And my brothers would have been in there too. And there's 3 of us, and we're all 6'4" or over. So we would have been throwing. But I'll bet that the cops in Canada at some point are going to knock on the wrong door. That's all I'm going to say about that. They're going to knock on the wrong door. It's going to go south real quick. Really badly south. That's going to happen in Canada this year. They're going to poke the wrong bee's nest. Somebody's going to lose their shit.
Hey, let me ask you, How are your stocks? Because we were talking stocks the other day. Well, we're talking.
Oh, mine's tanking.
Yeah, New Gold, right?
I'm in pure gold mining, and it's been going down. I filled my TSFA today, actually.
Okay, because I
threw
sold
another
my New Gold
600
yesterday.
today.
New Gold hit it like a high yesterday.
You know, Mike, I don't care if I make millions. I don't care. There's nothing that I'm going to be able to do with them in the future.
Exactly.
I do not see a future. That is a definite. There is no future that I see. I don't see that. Don't see it. I see a lot of things. I don't see that. Not a future I'm going to want to live in. I worked my whole life to travel, and they're going to take that away from me in the last second because a bunch of rich globalists think they have a better plan for me. No. It's not a future. I'm not taking the jab. I'm not taking their vaccine. That's not going to happen. They're not going to turn me into an operating system. That's not happening. I'm not going to play nice with them. No.
So how does this make you feel?
Well, hey, when was the last time you heard me say something positive?
Well, at least our first caller was very positive. She.
You know what? The weather in Winnipeg is very nice today. It was
Hello,
such
everyone.
a beautiful day. There you go.
No, it's been
Yeah.
like today. Today's been actually really good too. It was like 8 centigrade today, and we're in the middle of winter, so.
Yeah, our nice days are your harsh winters, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't even think you've worn a jacket this year yet.
So, what is the 25th Amendment, and will Mike Pence invoke it?
I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know what they're doing now. I have no idea. I'm done on the. I don't know what they're doing now. I knew right from the start, but I don't know anymore. I have no idea what's going to happen now. I have no idea. I can't tell you. I'm lost. After I said that, I'm done. I have no idea. I have no clue what happens from here on in with the American government. I don't.
But I thought we were friends.
I have no idea. You know what? Mail-in ballots. It was easy to see. You could call it all the way.
I know.
Look. Like today, did they have enough cops protecting the Capitol Hill? Did it
They
look
had
like
13.
they were a little light? Did it look like they were a little light on the cops?
They had 13 cops.
Yeah, no, it didn't look like they had enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure there were Antifa people there too, eh? Mm-hmm. They were showing some on Twitter.
VC is saying in the comments section, how does this make you feel? Really? I'm just trying to pick your brain, Raven. That's all there is.
You know what? I don't know what they're doing anymore.
Me
I don't
too.
know what they're doing. I like they wanted to. You knew today was going to be a shit show. Mm-hmm. You knew it was going to be. Like you knew, just like you knew the mail-in ballots were going to be a shit show. When they said mail-in ballots, I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. They haven't done mail-in ballots since 1924.
You know what? Like this ain't planned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? I'm more worried about Canada now in that lockdown. The Americans, I don't even know what to think about that anymore.
Well, listen, Anthony Rufalacaba brought up a really good comment. I think some states will start to secede from the Union. So I think you're going to see the Republic of Texas. You're going to see the Commonwealth of Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to start to see a lot of secessions happening. Or forced or states that want to secede from the Union. Canada's not a union. Canada, you know this. Canada is not a union. Canada is an idea. I don't know if you know that, Raven. But Canada is an idea.
Emergency Measures Act here too, eh? We have an Emergency Measures Act. It was last time it was used was in the 70s. Pierre Elliott Trudeau used it by coincidence.
Wasn't it during those riots?
No, it was inflation. They invoked Emergency Act because of inflation, because that's how scary it was to our economy back then. Remember what Paul Volcker did with raising interest rates to 20%, right?
Okay, fair enough. So we just have FU join the channel. He is a captain on the channel. I want to thank him for joining the YouTube channel. He is a captain.
You know what? Huh. I was walking with my phone and I was watching the show, and this was on Saturday, and I looked at my phone, and I guess I hit the wrong buttons. I almost sent you a $500 super chat. It was like $500, and it said hit send.
Whoa! I don't know how that set it up. I don't know how you got that set up to do that.
Oh, it just happened, but I didn't do it. I was going to send you $5.
No, $5? No. That's too much money. That's enough gas from here. $500 is enough gas to get me to California.
Yeah,
Southern California. Go to Hollywood, man.
you can stay at Lenny's. She's got a spare bedroom for you.
That's east. I'm not going east. I'm going south. I want to go warmer. I don't want to go colder.
Yeah.
If I go anywhere south, I ain't going east.
Yeah, if as far as the Americans, Mike, I don't know what they're doing now. To get into that head space, man, that's like, oh God, you gotta take in. Mitch knows, he watches lots of vlogs. I know he does. Sitting there, he's watching some of the same stuff I'm watching. You got to get into a headspace, man, and you got to start going like 6, 8, 10 hours a day. You got to start going and going and going, and you got to get a feel for that whole thing. But it all depends on how you look at it. Eh? You can't look at it for what it is. These guys are. Remember, we're talking about a country that believes WWE wrestling. They watch Days of Our Lives.
Wait. Are you trying to tell me that's fake?
They live in Hey, a lot of those people live in a fantasy world, and they're just fine and happy with that. You know, who watches soap operas? You know, who watches the WWE?
No, you know what's even worse than that? It's not even soap operas and WWE. It's the friggin' View. It's stay-at-home moms watching The View and getting brainwashed.
Yeah. My parents are guilty. They sit there. My dad watches CNN 24/7. That's the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't have to take out a civilization if you can control them.
Right. That's true.
That's all it is. And it's massive mind control. Just like Catherine Austin Fitz says, there's a guy in your comment section who said Planet Lockdown. If you haven't watched the show on YouTube, Planet Lockdown, Catherine Austin Fitz, you have to watch that. I think it's 48 minutes. Watch Planet Lockdown.
I think I know who you're talking about.
That 48-minute video that she will tell you exactly where we are in the situation right now. She's got a very good handle on what's going on. Mm-hmm. These guys have been planning this for years, man. Decades, centuries probably.
So this Quebec province-wide curfew that's starting on Saturday, I got emails from people in Quebec saying that their businesses are done. They can't continue to operate their businesses anymore.
The whole show's done. They're gonna do away with it all. Like Catherine said, it's gonna be a credit at the company store. Get in line.
Hold on.
You know. People don't understand. There's people in your room. They have no clue of the enslavement. When you get locked into this digital currency, when fiat is gone, when you are no longer able to take your wealth away from the bank, when you are locked into a digital currency,
digital prison,
and your operating system loaded up into your vaccine, when you are digitally locked in. Okay, so let's all use, hey, I'm a multimillionaire. I got Bitcoin. Let's just say by chance that they allow you to use Bitcoin. Let's say that they don't want the wealth. Let's say that they want to give you the wealth. Mm-hmm. They're going to put a limit on your currency that you can't travel more than 1 mile from your house. Mm-hmm. Your currency's no good past a mile. Or your currency's no good past 3 miles. Mm-hmm. They have you completely locked down. You can't spend, buy, trade, sell anything within the zone that they don't want you to. Do you understand the enslavement that's coming here?
Digital prison.
Once we're in that, we're not getting out. Once we're in that, we'll look back and go, oh, shit. I didn't see that coming. It's horrible when you start to really look at what these guys can do with the system that they're bringing in. Mm-hmm. I look at that. I don't look at all the all the distractions all the way down the road. Sweep it to the side. Look at the end. What's at the end? Because that's where we're going to end up. And this is coming quick. But as she says, if we can make people aware and transparent to their idea, if people wake up, then maybe we can foil their idea. I don't know. So many people have so many different views and opinions that for us to all get on the same track is I don't know what that would take.
Yeah. It's a mass awakening. The mass awakening. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. And then I think I never have anything happy to say.
Well, think about, think of positive. I don't know. Think something positive,
What's positive? What's positive? I can retire in 3 years and 10 months. Full pension. Retire.
Well, then if you could make it out to Mexico somewhere, a secluded place there, maybe in Baja California somewhere, restoring a sailboat, I think you'd be happy.
I don't think you can escape this. I don't. Like, this is going to be like Logan's Run, you know? I don't think you can escape it. I definitely can't stay here where my family is and fly across borders. You know they're not going to let me fly across borders. So right off the bat, I can't travel.
Okay. All right. I know travel's hurting me. I really want to go to Dallas, Texas this winter. This coming winter. Oh, we're losing the Raven. Raven. All right, we lost the Raven. Poor guy. Hope he's okay. Yeah, let me get Dano on. Dano's gonna tell us what the heck is going on there. He's out of California. Let's get Dano on. What the heck is going on?
Hello?
I've been trying to reach you. A lot tougher to get than the president.
Oh, yeah. I wish I wasn't the president right now. They might even lynch him by morning.
Okay, so Dano, can you please what's happening in your country?
I got you on my other here. Hold on. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here. I can see you.
Yeah, I have to shut off the other open window I have with your show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell us, what is happening in your country?
Wow, man, it's a shit show. It looks like. I don't know what to think anymore, too. It's obvious that, hold on, let me get rid of my Photoshop here off the desktop. It's obvious that the establishment Republicans have totally thrown Trump under the bus, you know, and he might have brought a lot of that on himself because the speech he did this morning, he basically just let him have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, but people should be concerned because this is, I think what's pissed people off is the last 2 months, there's so much, there's so much chicanery and election fraud, yet the Supreme Court wouldn't even have a look at it. And they've shut it down every single time. So what else can people do than just storm the Capitol and let your grievances be known? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to ask you because I think you actually brought this up a few weeks ago when you were on the show that there's going to be an unbalance or some sort of uneasiness going forward if something goes wrong, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just bad for everything from Morale.
How's business for you?
It's okay online, but they just at least temporarily killed the kiosk business in Huntington Beach. It's just we did open up for one day 2 weeks ago, but it's you know, I mean, let me put it this way: they shut us down 6 weeks or 5 weeks before the Christmas holiday, right? And then they opened the Sunday after Christmas for one day. Which is, what the hell's the point, right?
Yeah.
You know, we tried it and it was not many. People are not going because they think it's not happening anyways. You know what I mean? So traffic is not happening at the beach like it normally is. But I just got to focus on other things right now, and I can't dwell on that too much. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands, right?
So, guys, I'm going to leave you guys a link here for Art by Dano, not your average. There it is, Art by Dano. He's one of us. Go ahead and check him out. And please go ahead and, if you can...
Movie star lighting.
There you go. You look good. There you go. So there's Art by Dano. Please, not your average art. Go ahead and check it out. Very affordable. And just, if you get a chance to message him on he's on Instagram too. You can message him on there. And you let him know that you saw him on the show.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
I just heard the Raven on your show, and man, that's when he was even lost for words. And you know, we know there's some crap going on, right? Like, but I did not. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. I mean, it's kind of hard to plan for a future when you don't even know what the hell's around the corner. You can't plan anything, you know. And I fear that it's going to suck for potential investors too, even people who want to invest in you know, in the entertainment industry, which I work for, the Hollywood movies and animation. it might stop some people from even investing in certain projects they normally would because of the uncertainty. You know what I mean? So that's not a good thing overall.
Because I know your kiosk, your kiosk was doing fantastic until this
Like, I've been there
boogeyman
for
showed up.
6 years. Yeah, we built a good business there, and I love dealing with the people. I mean, I met people there from all over the world before 2019. I mean, I have friends and customers from Australia, Germany, England, Japan, you name it. You know, really cool people because it's an international tourist destination. But as all these COVID lockdowns are happening, there's going to be no international travel, so we have to adapt and improvise and do other things, you know. But you're pretty savvy of the stock market and things, so I think you're diversified yourself enough to be covered, right? I think that's
Dude, I bought airline stock, okay? Leave me alone. And that did well.
Well, that was a good gamble, man. And I wish I wasn't. My head wasn't really wrapped up in stocks back then, and I should have kept my eye on the ball. But there'll be other opportunities, I'm sure, you know, for other type of stocks. But I think nowadays you have to be diversified in anything. I mean, and you do like I said, I worked for the studios, and the days of working for somebody like a Disney for 30 years and getting your gold pen or your retirement, those are long gone. There's no security, anything right now. So you got to have different things going on, I believe, you know.
Well,
so
we'll see what happens, and housing is still going up across America.
yeah, it's going across in pockets. It's weird. It's like pockets of just booming housing prices and pockets where it's leveling off. It depends where you are, but people are definitely bailing on the cities, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue, especially actually even today. That's not going to help with that. But yeah, we're in a holding pattern here, and we're in the town we're living in, and see what happens in the next few months and this year. I can't make any definite plans though.
That's the scary part. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm sure you kind of feel that way. How you guys feel in Canada? The same way? Like,
well, Canada's going to go into I think Canada's going to go into a regimental military style lockdown.
Wow.
They're very tight lockdown. I mean, you're going to need, even if you want to fart, you're going to need permission. I'm not joking.
What I don't understand is Canada only has two big urban centers where you can catch a lot of whatever, because there's a heavy population in one place. Your chance of catching any disease are more. Of course, if I go in a crowded subway car or a public transit bus, my chance of catching a cold or anything else are much more than if I live in a small town like you live in. Like, what's your chances of getting COVID in your town and dropping dead from it next week? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Like, why lock it down?
Yeah, and that's what we're afraid of, because Daniel, the one thing I've been asking is who or what is going to fund the public sector if they shut down all the private sector?
Oh, they're going to go after, I guess, anybody making a living that's left. And they're already scaring the richest people out of California. You know, the very, very wealthy, uber wealthy, you know, the industrialists and that. So all they have left is people that are then, you know, upper middle class to tax, and then whatever's left of the middle class or anybody that's working. Where else are they going to get the money? But they'll get you in fees too, like tickets, traffic tickets, all that kind of crap, right?
They're coming for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, a year ago, would you believe the predicament we're all in? If somebody told you a year ago, this is where we're at, look at us. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna. Well, I was gonna Instagram you the other day. I got this notification saying that the super COVID is here now.
Oh yeah, the one that came from England.
There's 32 people in California that might have it. 32 out of 40 million people.
You're fired.
32 might have the super COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm terrified. I'm gonna go underneath my desk and hide right now.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So you know what? Hang in there, Dano. Do your best.
Yeah, I will. You too, man. And
do your best. Do what you got to do. I'll keep plugging your website.
Well, you don't have to kill yourself to do that.
You're not. I'm not killing myself. You're one of us, and people should support. We support each other here, and that's what it's about, right?
You're damn right. And you have a hell of a channel. This is like the feet on the ground. I'd say the people on your channel, and such a diverse group of people from all over the world. They're very sharp, but yet
anywhere that speaks English, pretty much.
Yeah, well, my English is not the best either.
Neither is mine. You know, English is my second language, right?
I know, you told me that. Yeah. I know, it's yeah.
Okay. All right, Dan, I'm going to let you go. Stay strong. If you need anything, give us a call.
I will, man. Thank you, Mike, and great show tonight.
God
as
bless
always.
you.
God bless you. Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
All right. All right. Oh, wait, we got PD staff here trying to call us. Hold on. I think
Oh, Anthony's calling me.
Anthony's calling you too? Look, everybody's calling everyone on the show here. Okay, let's see if we can get... Hold on a second. I think PD's trying to call me. Let me find him here. I have him in my Instagram here. Oh, never mind. He's calling me back. Yo, Pete, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Can you see me?
Yeah, of course I could see you. Let me put you here on the show. How's your day going, buddy? Hello? Pete? Pete, are you there? Oh, we lost Pete. We lost Pete. He's got his Trump 2020 hat on. Oh my God, we lost Pete. Pete? 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 We lost Pete. Let's get him back on right now. I think what happened was that Google read the recognition on his hat and then they shut down the transmission. Fuzz. I said fuzz. Come on, Pete, pick up the phone. He's probably having Skype issues. I hope he's okay. So we're getting news headlines out of the United States today that there was 13 to 25 Trump supporters outside of the... All right, that's Pete right there. All right, Pete, you there?
Hey, how's it going? Sorry about that.
It's going. I see your Trump 2020 hat. I think what's happening is that Google's seeing that hat and they're shutting you down. Oh no, he's shut down again. Okay, we got you. Don't hang up.
No, I won't.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm thinking what's happening is Google's reading your hat and it's shutting it down.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Isn't this crazy? You know, Trump said it best. Everyone needs to go home.
Yeah.
I don't know what all this hysteria is about. It's all gonna go away, and I completely disagree with Raven's prediction.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us why.
It's all gonna be okay, buddy. This is all just there's so many things happening right now, but this is just Trump promoting his media company on the way out.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
So,
we're breaking up.
The debt that he created in the last 4 years. All this talk about the greatest economy, this and that, that's all lies.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he talk about it today? Why didn't he talk about, how the fact that he created more debt in 4 years than he did in 8, and Obama did in 8? He doesn't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't talk about, November being one of the worst months in economic history for the United States. He doesn't talk about that.
But their housing is doing good.
Non-stop. What's that?
Their housing is going through the roof. And
that's all bullshit, man. Artificially low interest rates.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. The economy skyrocketed after Biden won, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and anyone with common sense knows that the stock market is no indication of a healthy economy.
Of course.
We have a couple thousand people stormed Capitol Hill today. That was just show. This is all going to die down. Biden's going to get in. And it's funny to me that people are all up in arms about the Democrats. In Europe, the Democrats at best are right wing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Trump Republicans are extremely right wing. The Democrats at best are right wing. Talk about left wing, this and that. They can't even get free health care to their people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fucking left wing party.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit. Right? So
Okay.
Trump's a liar. This will all blow over. There's nothing to fear except the fact that it's business as usual for the corporations.
Right.
Now, and I think a lot of people now, it's more of a spiritual war. You got to stop watching the news. I just bought my first home, $750,000 in Canada and Hamilton here.
Whoa.
Duplex, fully renovated duplex, ready to go. I can rent out the bottom to people, no problem. You think I'm worried? No, I'm not worried. Why? Because I wake up, good attitude, I go to work. No alcohol, no drugs, no gambling. I don't cheat, no porn, none of that shit.
Wait. No porn? I'm being sarcastic, yeah?
None of that shit. You try to be a good person. This is all distraction. Everything's all bullshit. Forget, worrying about the low interest rates and all that. Too many people are worshiping God and Jesus, but they don't follow Jesus. Yeah. Follow God. And I'm an atheist. But the problem is that no one's following God. They just worship all these excuse my language, all this Trump, Jesus are worshiping. No one's following God, man. You got to be a good person. And then when you live a certain way, none of this stuff matters. Mm-hmm. No debt. I don't got any debt except for the mortgage I just got. Mm-hmm. But that's fine. You know what I mean? So, and I called you last month asking you for your advice. I was contemplating if I should buy the house or not. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up, I just realized I'm doing it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Price doesn't matter. I go to work, I'd be happy, bills are paid, no debt, and that's it. I'm not going to buy into all this distractions. This whole thing that happened in Capitol Hill today.
As long as you're not carrying a huge debt load, you're fine. I mean, you're going to have to pay rent equivalent to what you're paying in a mortgage anyway. As long as you're not carrying a massive debt load, and as long as you've put down a good percentage down, that if something was to happen, you could be okay. You could weather it out.
Absolutely. That's it, man. I'm more focused on, waking up early, getting my morning routine done with a workout, journaling, meditating, treating my girlfriend well. I'm more focused on that. I don't give a damn about the banking cartels. And, Raven went off on the tangent about globalists, this and that. Dude, mm-hmm. That's all BS. People have to calm down and get close. And I'm an atheist. Okay. My best friend's the Pope here in Hamilton. He's the Pope of a church. Dude, I like the whole church. I don't go to church anymore. No one there follows the word. Mm-hmm. Everyone just talks and talks. It's like, but I'm going to live a certain way. And then when you live a certain way, none of this stuff matters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should invest in gold and silver, Bitcoin and all that. Is it a bubble? Who cares? Who cares at the end of the day? If you're bringing value.
Hello? 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 We're getting a bad connection here. This guy was on a roll.
I love my life. I have a wonderful family.
Pete? We lost Pete. But we get his point. We definitely get his point. We get his point, definitely, what he's trying to say. Okay, let's see who we got here. Robert, the Lord Humongous is asking if I'm buying crypto. Okay, we got Craig Cook messaging me. What a show. Yeah, tonight's been rocking and rolling. We're trying to talk some business, but that's okay. We talk some business. Let's see if Buddy and let's see if this guy's at work. Right now it's like Thursday afternoon in Australia. Let's see if Buddy's at work and bug him. Say, hey man, are you working right now? All right, no, let's get the other guy on. Let's go up to Melbourne, Australia. We tried to call Anthony Ruvalacaba earlier to get some stock tips and discussion. Let's see if he picks up the phone now. I see him in the comments right now. Come on, Anthony, pick up the phone. Hello? Yo, Antonio.
Can you see me?
I could. Do you want people to see you, or you want to hide?
I don't care.
All right, I've been trying to reach you. You're a lot tougher to get than the president. Good to have you on, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry I missed your call earlier. I was just making some dinner.
That's okay. So
you wanted to talk. I know this is a market call. Am I right?
No, we talk whatever. You know what? Today we could talk about whatever you want because after what's happened in the nation, in the United States Capitol, after what's happened with Bitcoin, I mean, you talk about whatever the hell you want. Talk about housing. Talk about whatever you want.
Well, I kind of want to make this a little bit brief.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to the markets, because I know you guys call me a lot to talk about the markets. I think people kind of have a bit of a misconception on kind of what the market entails and how people should be investing in this environment. You got to consider, the players and the people that are invested in the market. I mean, you got big, long only money, and you got a lot of restricted money, and in regards to long only money, index funds, pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, hedge funds, people that only care about the long-term valuation of things, right? They're looking more 10, 20, 30 years out, right? I mean, you need to consider the limitations of these people outlined in their, policy statements and, their initial documents that allow them to do what they want to do, right? It's not our job as market participants to pick the winners that we think are going to win, but rather to pick the winners that everyone else thinks is going to win, right? You kind of need to follow the money in that sense and swim under the belly of the shark if you want to be successful. Right. I mean, as a retail investor, there's only so much influence that we can have on a stock price, right? So yeah, that's that. I mean, that's my input on it. Personally, I'm a little more of a quantitative guy, having studied all the CFA material and stuff. I use mean variance analysis and portfolio optimization and all that stuff. But another thing is, especially in regards to today, do I think the market's overvalued? Yes, definitely. But there's also a lot of factors that play into that. There's a lot of things like low bond yields, yield squeeze.
Yeah.
People have to be in equities because there's nowhere else for you to get the return that you need to moving forward or for your retirement. I mean, and that kind of comes back to housing, because housing is increasing and going up so much because people and these long only funds have moved their money into real estate and bid up the prices of real estate, right? And obviously the equities are following, the housing market's going up with it. A good example today, the 10-year treasury, the yield spiked on the treasury, and usually when the yield spikes, it means that the price of the bond is dropping, which means that people are actually selling off the treasuries. And the whole event that happened with Capitol Hill, that's a direct result of what happened in Capitol Hill, and it's a very scary thing. It really is. You have unrest like that happening that's causing a sort of disconfidence in the market, people that are getting out of what's supposed to be the safest securities in the market, no default risk securities. People are getting out of that jurisdiction because now that jurisdiction is entailing a higher risk premium moving forward.
Right.
And, to lower and moving forward, to lower that bond yield, the Fed's going to have to come print more money to send that down. They're going to have to come and buy in those treasuries that people are selling if they want to keep the short-term rates down. Right. If they don't do that, the short-term rates are going to spike. They can't roll over their debt. They're going to have to roll it over into higher interest rates. It's going to screw up with the deficit, and it's not going to be good for anyone. That's inevitably going to lead to a market crash.
So how far do you think they can keep this debt ball rolling?
I mean, that's a tough one to say. They'll keep it going until the confidence is lost. I think that the last stand or the last domino that will take it down will be foreign countries dumping their treasuries. Stuff that we're starting to see with Asia, China.
China and Russia have been dumping treasuries and buying gold.
Yeah, exactly. They're dumping the treasury. And you know what? Again, the Fed has to buy that stuff and print more money to keep the short-term yields down. And I think when that domino starts to fall, you know, you need to consider that there's a lot of treasuries overseas. There's a lot of US dollars overseas. And when that last domino falls and all that money comes back into the US, you know, that's what's going to be the trigger that's going to, you know, devalue the currency to a point of hyperinflation. And I think that will be the end.
Well, if people lose confidence and there's a runoff in the markets or the banking, they lose confidence in their governments. Okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if it becomes all digital and you can't even move your money?
You know what? In terms of digitalization, I mean, I don't really know what to say to that, man. You know, it kind of comes all down to planning ahead.
Right.
If we want to talk about this now and we think that that's going to happen, then right now is the time to be preparing for that. I can't speak for what's going to happen in the future. If they're going to have a digital dollar, they're going to have a digital dollar. You know, for all we know, they're going to have serial numbers and they're going to be able to track all their transactions and stuff, right?
That's what I'm kind of afraid of, this digital prison they're forcing us into. That's just the one thing that I'm kind of, I'm not a fan of it, right?
Yeah. You know what? To kind of sum everything up for you, including this digital talk here, the last caller, you know, do I really agree with his opinions? No, not really, kind of. But, you know, he had a point and, you know, he's kind of staying in his lane and doing what he needs to do for himself. And right. I think that we could all take something from that. You know, we need to live our lives in accordance, you know, to us living our lives. Like we can't let the things that are around us kind of drag us down. You know, if I was letting all this unrest and civil unrest drag me down, I would stop my studies right now. And I would say, you know what, none of this stuff is going to be relevant. I'm going to drop everything now and I'm going to go hide in my bunker with towers of water.
Right.
But you know what, I need to study. I need to move on. I need to live my life as if it wasn't happening. Okay. Right. And in the reality of it is, you know, again, as retail people here, you know, there's only so much we can control, and we just need to control what we're able to control. And what we can control is what we do day to day, and we need to prepare, you know, in accordance to that. So. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, it's good to have you on. It's good to get your feedback on what's going, you know, what you're feeling and what's on your mind when it comes to, I guess today's show is kind of off the hook, but today's show, we're getting all kinds of angles here, but that's okay. I mean, that's why we're here, right? We're here to kind of freely discuss what we think and what we feel and how to progress. Yeah, Pete had a point, last caller. Basically, you know what? I got my plan. I drew my line. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going to be when I get home. I know, you know, I don't watch porn, the whole 9 yards, right? So he kind of has his own, like, regimen he's working on, which is good, right? And yeah. I'm not about the whole waking up early myself, but I mean, you know, but yeah. So
yeah, you know, again, you know, everyone work on yourselves and prepare the best that you can. You know, I don't think this is going to go anywhere anytime soon, sure. Sort of thing. Sure. It'll always kind of be in the back of people's minds and it'll linger on, right?
Okay.
And, you know, anyway, that's my input. You know, if you want to maybe call me on a Saturday or something and get a little more specific on numbers or something, I'm more than down to do that. So
no problem, brother. I just wanted to touch base with you. When are you going to come and visit me?
When I put new tires on my car.
Okay. Get some tires on your car and come. You know where I am. So
I know where you are.
Yeah.
Hey, look into the Monopoly Metallica.
Okay. I can see if I can find it for you. Is that what you want?
I think there's a new one. Oh, yeah. That's what I want.
I'll see if I can get that.
You got one of those up there. I'm flying up there to grab it. So.
Oh, you don't have to fly. You just drive. All right, all right, Anthony. It's been a peach, buddy. Thanks so much. Thanks for being with us, and we'll have you on again anytime. Give us a little spiel on what you think. And I think a lot of people jumped into the oil market today. That's just my opinion. A lot of people got out of the bond market and jumped into oil.
I'm in oil personally.
Yeah, I've been in and out of oil. Canadian oil. Don't get mad at me, but I've been hedging with oil for a while now because I'm just having a little bit of oil just in case we go to war.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. Any sort of tension will drive up the price of oil. So
yeah. So, anyways,
Okay, man.
Take
Anyway,
care, brother.
thanks for
God
having
bless
me.
you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Ciao.
All right, guys. That is our man, Anthony Ruvalacaba. You see him in the comment section here. And in the show here, he's always in the comment section here, giving us a little bit of insight. Wow, it's been 2 hours already. Holy crap, what a show and a half. We got the Raven in the market education in the I think that's Fruity Loops, changed his name. Apparently he has a live stream when the markets are open. That's what he said. Maybe I should get him back on the show sometime so we could plug him and discuss his show that he's got going on. It'd be nice to hear what he has to say. Pete is saying, I want to buy more land. And then we got... So Buddy is getting an AK-47. He's getting his semi-auto 12 gauge. I think that's what he's picking up, an AK-47, I think. Yeah, he just joined our channel. Amy Burr in the house. Oh, yeah, Anthony's crushing it. Right, that's right, Amy Burr. Oh, AI's calling in. Yo, I've been trying to reach you. You're a lot tougher to get to the president. How you doing?
How's it going?
Are you starting your own show?
I am. I just figured out how to use OBS and
good.
And I'm learning. And yeah, it's super exciting. Cause
can you give us a link to the channel?
Yeah, I definitely would. I'll do that.
Because I'll promote it. I'll help you promote your YouTube channel to get it off the ground.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I just want to, I like sharing. Since I've been aware of the channel, I've kind of, it's all about conscious and being aware.
Right.
So I'm pretty much just tapping into that energy, and trying to get that vibe from it, and not be overwhelmed. I really love the channel, and I support it because the fact that you have like a close group, and it's not overwhelming, and everybody can get their opinions out. And a lot of the facts are in everybody's conscious, so it's like a group conscious, and
it's good, really, but the thing is, it's an international group conscious, because we had a caller in from Australia. I don't think we had anyone from New Zealand, but then we had somebody in from India, then we had somebody in from Canada, and then United States, then Canada, and then back to Western Canada, and then California. So we had people from all over the English-speaking world, and we come together because we're all like-minded, and we create this energy, which is really good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it definitely is good. I mean, I don't even have to come on the channel, and everything already has been said that was on my mind. But I have a ton of more things implanted that's going to happen. I mean, we can all try to say what's going to happen over the next couple of days, but it's not good to look too far into everybody else has already said that, don't think about tomorrow, think about the next second. Right. But, with the psychology of the value that's going on, we're seeing this, like I said, Bitcoin's going to 100,000. The JP Morgan has backed this up. They said it's going to 146,000.
146 large? That's a lot of coin, man. That's a lot of cake.
It's monopoly money, you just got to grab it.
I know.
I can't believe it, but it's not the first time. They do this all the time.
But hold on. Let's take just one small step back. What good is 147 large a Bitcoin if you can't even get on a plane, or if there's a social credit score holding you back? What good is it if you can't spend it, if you can't leave your house for 1 mile? That's the concern I have.
Yeah, it's like saying art isn't worth anything. Meanwhile, it becomes more valuable after somebody dies.
Right.
So the value, you really have to define value. And that's a managerial time value, and if you go into psychology, intrinsic value, don't say expecting anything. Don't expect it to go to 200,000. But it just, before you know it, it will, because of the circumstances that we're dealing with. We have so many different variables that are pointing in the right direction for it. Um, it's just one thing. It allows so many different opportunities, and people are just looking for opportunities. There's plenty of money that's been printed out there, so there's just going to be tons of more opportunities that are going to happen.
Right. Well, it's good to hear your. We got to shoot some stock tickers around sometime when you get some time. I got a few stock tickers I really want you to look at for me. I'm going to give them to you. I just got one right now that I very, very think very highly of. It's SNDL. It's on the NASDAQ.
Oh, Sundial. Yeah, of course. I bought Sundial. It's under $1.
Yeah.
It's got high volume. It has 737 million shares traded today. You're looking at
yeah.
You got to follow the volume. So basically what I'm going to be doing on my show, it really isn't about overwhelm. I'm not really trying to monetize on it. I'm going to be sharing my algorithm software that I'm setting up.
Sure.
So I'm not going to be saying anything. I'm just going to be letting the software speak, and the software has signals that pop up, when to buy, when to sell. And
what?
It's all you have to look at.
When this lockdown POS starts to evaporate or if something happens, I'll come down and spend like 3 days with you, and you could show me it and educate me.
Yeah, it's just gonna be there. I'm just gonna put it on the channel, and it's just there for everybody to share. Mm-hmm. This kind of software has been around since Microsoft and IBM back in the 90s. When I was working at as a trader, I had called the vice president of Microsoft, and I had pitched him to become a client, and he said, "Why would I need you? I got an algorithm software that I built." My friend was an MIT professor, and he built this algorithm software. I have a friend that works at Bridgewater. He's the algorithm creator there. They all went to MIT. We're not dealing with, the reason why people don't make money in the market is you're not dealing with MBAs. You're dealing with doctorates in finance. You're dealing with doctorates in psychology. When I had friends on Wall Street and that worked on the floor, they were psychologists. They weren't, that's what the market. Everything is it's psychological, right? So to say value is the psychological effect. It's not about everybody rushing into it. It's the image created that it's just like a triangle. You feel, you think, and you act on it. So they're creating this feeling.
It's interesting how you bring up triangle, because triangle plays a big part with triangulation, and triangulation is used to search and find, or to create or find distances between paths. So it's kind of interesting you brought up triangle when it comes to figuring things out, because that's what it is, realistically.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If you do any type of robotics, or object recognition, my friend, I grew up with him. He's a doctor in robotics, and when we were younger, we came up with that theory. Basically, on object recognition, is basically taking a bunch of different images from a distance and putting them together and identifying them through an algorithm, and that's how autonomous systems work. So driving a car is basically, that's why LiDAR is, you're taking a bunch of images and you're identifying those images and you're placing them, and that's object recognition. It's just the same thing as speech recognition. Everything on the internet is identifiable. It goes through a system. They turn your voice into text, and they go through an algorithm, and that's how they know everything that's going on. They're not one person sitting there, and they're identifying everything. Renaissance technology, Mr. Simmons, he hires doctors in robotics. So the market, you can't say it's going to go down. You can't say it's going to go up. It's whatever the algo says is going to happen. And basically, we're allowing this artificial intelligence to either attack the morals of the system, or to attack the main person that we all praise, right? The spiritual aspects. So they're trying to move the artificial intelligence into becoming the next, like Jesus, So
I understand. To take the place of God.
Yeah, because you don't have you don't have like you can't predict because the algorithm could just take it away.
Okay.
So if you know, I'm just going to put the algorithm up. I'm going to be the only one that has this algorithm up because people have to pay. You know, it's like $600 a year. I don't care about the money. I'll just put it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so people can feel confident. You know, it's you versus the machines. You know, it's these movies were created because this is reality. All these movies, you know, I'm not talking about like the troll movies or these kiddie movies, but a lot of these, you know, movies that seem almost realistic,
You're talking about movies like Red Dawn?
And all of them,
like
you know,
that,
it's funny. Yeah, they do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a songwriter, I've said this in the past, if you're a songwriter, you're going to put and create this psychological music. You know, that's why a lot of times I don't listen to these words that they're saying because they're repeating words in a sequence. It's just like music. You know, if you listen to the wrong music, you don't know who's writing that music. They could be programming your brain. You know, they could be putting thoughts into your head that you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're saying that, yeah, this is program. Everybody knows that. We already, you know, they already got that information out. You know, but people just don't understand that what they're doing is they're the ones that are making the money. Whoever has the algo is in control. You know, so if I really want to maximize my optimization, I want an algorithm.
Hold on.
To do everything.
Let's just take one step back. This is why China is working 24/7 in these laboratories. No joke. No joke at all. With these quantum computers.
Exactly.
And quantum computing could solve what the average computer takes about 200. I think it was 203 years to solve. A quantum computer could do it within 12 seconds.
Exactly. We're way beyond. We're way past. Like we're holding ourselves up because of our hesitation to accept reality that we're not in control. The computer, the algos are in control, and we can't. You know, it's just like an addiction. If you can't accept things in life, you'll never be honest with yourself. You just keep looking in the mirror and tell yourself lies. And everybody has to really accept that, you know, the only way to progress, like I know that for a fact. Mm-hmm. And the only way I can make myself better, nobody is smart. Even Einstein said that we become smart through our struggles, right. and that creates opportunities to become better. So if I want to better myself, I gotta use the tools that are given to me. And you know,
and if you don't, you could create the tools that, you know, that God-given mind of yours to create the tools you need to succeed.
Yeah, and these people use Python and creating the algos. I mean, I was gonna start studying how to make algos, but there's already people who are smarter. There's 15-year-olds that know how to write better algos than some people that have doctorates. People just already have been focusing on this for a while. Mm-hmm. Just use what's available, and everybody will become better people. You know, you don't need to think. The algo and the software does everything for you. If you want to fight the system is broken. We can go and keep repeating ourselves and say, yeah, we're having a horrible time. No, we already know that. So just accept it and use what's available as a tool. You know, it's amazing. You know, my favorite thing is knowing the difference and gaining the wisdom, right? We're not smart. Like, we're just regular people, right? But if I have something that can help me along the way, it makes it just easy. Life is supposed to be simple, not supposed to be, you know, these ups and downs. People with these opinions, really, that are not opinion. They're not even, you know, you can't just keep putting things and trying to stick it on the wall like spaghetti. You know, we've been saying that for years. It just, like, yeah, things go up, you know, things go down, but things stabilize as long as we have balance. So we have to create these systems that actually work for us. We don't need babysitters. We don't need these officials to tell us what to do. We have a system, and it's artificial right now, and you just use it, you know. And then eventually, I mean, some of the software, you know, it's going beyond. I mean, they got the computer chips they're putting in the eye, so that people who are blind, they can see. The company symbol is EYES, right? They have these other, you know, like people who can't walk, right? They have these robotic limbs, and they're connected. You know, they have these disabilities. The people who can accept they have a disability, because everybody can have anxiety and all these other disabilities. They can accept it, and they can use these tools to advance themselves, and that's basically where we're at. We've been so hesitant to advance. It's the fear of progress. You know, everything is psychological. You know, we're really just stagnant because everybody's sitting around. And I used to call it going to war with a toothpick. Everybody's poking each other. Yeah, you this, right? When Facebook first came out, I don't have Facebook anymore because they had the poke button. Everybody's poking me. Why? I was like, why are they poking me? Right? Because people are poking each other.
That's a
with
good question.
toothpicks.
What happened to that poke button?
Yeah, everybody wants to poke each other. That's what, you know, that's what their algo made. You got to think of it. So that company, that social media, Facebook, was created out of deception. They stole all the data, and then they they took things that didn't belong to them.
It's just a remake of MySpace.
Exactly. You know, social media isn't any good. You know, people sitting around, but you know, YouTube and the chat, there'll be something that comes, and we're not really there yet. There's going to be more to come, right. And you know, there's the next thing. You know, it's just always the next thing. You know, right now we're using it, but people don't know how to use it. Like right. I was always too occupied. I was working full time, you know, at a bank, selling something to somebody who always wanted something that they couldn't have, right? You know, people just demanding things, and that's basically what everybody online is demanding, to have attention, but they're not necessarily giving value. They're just giving opinions. Opinions don't matter.
No.
Right? And then what happens is when you actually have like everybody in here has a very conscious of the group. So we all have the same opinion, right? And we all have value. But everybody else out there, that's why I'm like, it's just a distraction. All these other people out there, they're not giving value. They're just saying, oh, you know, I can go. I mean, I'm scanning everything. I'm like a computer. I just scan, and I get input and output. So my input is constantly coming in, and I'm just absorbing everything that's coming in, and then I can formalize my own outcome of those results. You know, so to run the circle and keep the algorithm going, that's just basically what I do daily. But you know, I want to help people. And, you know, like my company that I was working, like, not too hard. I had big clients, so I prefer to manage bigger clients, and I would prefer somebody to have a bigger book of business, and then to just try to be cater to their you know, to their what they're trying to get at. You know, just try to make sure that they get to the next step,
financial
the next
goals.
level. Yeah. And I find that, like, during these times, I don't, you know, everybody now has got the internet. So everybody thinks that they can go on Lending Tree and they get like they don't realize they're going to get 100 phone calls, and they're going to get 100 guys all from the same thing. But these 100 guys it's going to be overwhelming. You're going to get 100 phone calls from putting your information and trying to find somebody. They're not going to be happy. Mm-hmm. So my job is to make people happy. Well, it was, and you know, it was for me. I do, whether I was dealing in real estate, investment properties, and commercial business. Now, this, just like everybody else that has been affected, this was affected to me, because how am I going to sell, somebody financing on a commercial property when I know they're going to pay 10% tax rate in New York City, and they have a $2-3 million property and they're paying $300,000 a property. Nobody's renting it out. How are they going to pay that property?
Right.
Now, I don't want to spook anybody out and say, commercial real estate, because we all know, broken windows and all this, it does affect, commercial value. And the cap rate, if you don't have a renter in there, you don't have a tenant, you're not getting a cap rate. And that's the main purpose of commercial real estate, is to get income.
Right.
So I'm not going to sell a product if I don't believe in it myself, because I'm selling the confidence I have in myself to sell them something that's of value. So that was, for me, it was difficult to deal with that. But, we move on. We're humans. Yeah, forget about it.
Forget about it.
But I'm just how you say, I'm humbly grateful for God allowing, even though we had such a hard time in the world, to allowing this to just pass.
I understand.
Yeah, this too shall pass. Right. We've
shall.
been through worse things.
I think Pete was right. It's just a phase. Forget about it. It's going to move on, blah, 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 right? So.
Again, I love the channel. When I get certain people on, even Anthony, he's CFA. You got Mitch, he's in Portland. He's a landlord, so he knows, contract law, right? You got Raven, right? You got such a strong group. That's what this conscious is. You guys,
we got Lord Humongous in Colorado. We got
Lord,
Craig
really
Cook in Auckland, New Zealand.
He's the strong muscles here, and he's out there. You guys are making me more aware of this community, because now I start to see what you guys are looking at, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually good. Like the uneducated investor, and I've been following all these international channels, and I like it. It really is. You're gaining my interest. We have similarities.
Dude, did you see that video I put up this morning about that house in Toronto for $1 million?
What, the shed, right? The shed, yeah.
That burnt down. It's half burnt down.
Oh, the burnt. Oh,
it's half part of it's burnt, and there's all cardboard on the windows. That's $1 million, man. So this is what we're going through in other English-speaking countries, and it's not just Canada. We're going through this, and it's tough. Because we've seen, in my lifetime, I've seen the working class basically rule the country, to basically disappear, and middle class disappear, and to almost no opportunity now. And there's no way to get into anything. Never mind real estate. People are having a tough time just paying their rent. So that's where we're at right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to file the applications now for future PPP money, or is it Paycheck Protection Program, right? So say like my friend had a New York City restaurant. It was like a bar, a little nightclub. I give you a little background about me. Before I worked on Wall Street, I owned. I was a partner at a nightclub, so we did these events. We traveled, we did events, we rented out places across the country and traveled internationally. Did rent. We had it was called New York City on the Move. We go to and travel around and throw events, like we did Ludacris, did a whole bunch of other singers. We had Paul Wall. This is back 20 years ago, and he had a passion for a restaurant nightclub business. He opened up a restaurant, nightclub, and hospitality business in New York City. And he became, he was trying to stay open. He became sick with COVID, and he almost died like last week, and he had to shut down his business. you know, this is the times. You know, you have to protect yourself. You know, you don't go walking into a fire without protection. And so, unfortunate for him that happened, but he had enough money to establish a business in the first place. He's well off. You know, he doesn't need any money anyways. Mm-hmm. And these is the majority of good businesses were restaurants and nightclubs. You know, we had some of the biggest nightclubs and like I said in the past, New York City was known. I worked on Wall Street, and it was a group of if I worked with 200 traders on a trading floor, there was 100 of us going out. And one night we were buying bottles, we were buying up the whole place, you know. And that's just basically how it was. You know, a lot of people, you know, people can't do that now.
Mm-hmm. No, back in the day, you'd roll into a club, you drop $1,000 easy on booze.
Yeah. Well, we were friends with the owners. Like, you know, we had the Morrisseys, you had Richie and a couple other guys in the west side of New York. In Manhattan, you know, the west side was, you know, the meatpacking district.
The old packing district that got transformed into the loft / underground nightclub area.
Yeah, that was what New York City was known for, underground.
Yeah, I know that area. I almost got arrested there. Hello? Oh, we lost connection. Well, okay, market education. Let's see here. There's the YouTube channel. I'm going to subscribe to it. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to give you a link to this channel now. Don't forget to, there it is there, market education. That is, buddy, that was on the phone. Here it is, market education. Oh, he's got a video up. Let me go here to article scan. There it is right there. He's got a video up already. Live markets. Oh, it's got music. I don't want to play the music. So it's got market education. It's got a little intro, pre-election, Biden, Trump, Wall Street. So there it is right there. So there's the link to the channel, guys. If you guys want to check it out, subscribe to it. He's got 2 subscribers, and I'm one of them. Look at that. I'm one of them. So subscribe to his channel. He probably is coming out with some good algorithmic stock picking software that might benefit us. Who knows? Maybe just group might be benefited. Who knows? We might even have like a seminar where everyone from the channel just meets and talks. And like, if this COVID thing wasn't happening, we'd meet somewhere like in maybe downtown Toronto or downtown like Dallas, Texas. I know there's a direct flight from Vancouver and Toronto to Dallas, so we could all meet and like at some hotel in some lobby, not in a lobby, but we'll just like rent a little like one of those big rooms and have some buffet or something and just hang out and talk about stuff. And talk about things. This way we could get people from Colorado and LA and all the other places that watch the channel. But anyways, Haystacks Tommy's trying to call in. I'll talk to him after. I think he's free from his lockdown because he got tested for COVID. So I think he's doing okay. Anyways, guys, I'm going to sleep, man. I'm going to bed. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Pick up something on my eBay store. Be part of the, whatever, do whatever you want. Thanks for joining the channel. A couple of people joined the channel today. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Also, thank you for the super chat. Whoever sent me super chat earlier today, I really appreciate that. It's always a little nice to get a little icing on the cake. And yeah, so Lenny Pooh's there. Yeah, 3 hours. No, I'm going to bed, man. I'm going to put my kids to sleep because it is 8:19. My kids have school tomorrow, so I'm going to go take care of that. You guys have a good night. We'll be seeing each other very soon. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on. Craig Cook, F.U., thanks for joining the channel. Alan Howick, thanks for coming on. The Raven, thanks for coming on. Pete Stav making an appearance. Coming on the show tonight, too. Lenny Pooh, Mike Banks. Yeah, I think there's enough of us to actually have a meeting, like a group, just to hang out and order pizza and just talk to each other like humans. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below, and we'll talk soon. Remember, guys, take care. And if you can't take care, please